Good afternoon, everybody. Today we have three important events. Here we are honored to have some esteemed dignitaries who have graciously agreed to join us on this special day. Shri Sandeep Karnik, Joint Commissioner of Police, Pune. Our Dr. Sharat Kunte, he'll be coming here in few seconds. Chairman, Council and Governing Body, DES. Shri Dhananjay Kulkarni, Secretary, Council and Governing Body, DES. And Dr. Shikha Jain, Director, IMDR. Our first program is having a chance to listen the elaborated thoughts of Shri Karnik on the topic good citizenship and anti-ragging. As we all are aware, good citizenship and anti-ragging initiatives play vital roles in promoting a safe and harmonious environment within educational institutes. By fostering a sense of responsibility, empathy, and respect among students, these endeavors contribute to overall well-being of the students and the society at large. A respectful community is not just a collection of individuals, but a tapestry of diverse backgrounds, perspectives, and experiences. By embracing this diversity, we enrich our lives and broaden our horizons. Ragging not only undermines the dignity of individuals, but also creates a hostile atmosphere that hinders learning and personal growth. A good citizen is expected to stay away from such negative behaviors. Encouraging good citizenship and anti-ragging atmosphere are important steps towards creating a safe, nurturing educational environment and respectful, positive community. Here, I feel fortunate to introduce our esteemed guest, Shri Sandeep Karnik, who is sharing his thoughts on this topic, promoting good citizenship and building respectful community. Shri Sandeep Karnik, an accomplished law enforcement officer, is holding the distinguished position of Joint Commissioner of Police in Pune, is an IPS of 2004 batch. He has very strong educational foundation. He had earned BE Electronics, followed by an MBA in Marketing and Masters in Police Management, indicating his commitment to excellence in the field. Initiating his journey within a revered Indian police service, Shri Karnik's trajectory has been a symphony of impactful roles and transformative influence. His chronicle boasts pivotal assignments as Superintendent of Police across the diverse districts spanning the canvas from Jalna to Pune. He has also held vital positions within the Mumbai Police, serving as Deputy Commissioner of Police in the Special Branch Zone 2 and the Economic Offences Wing. Shri Karnik's dedication and exceptional contribution have earned him recognition and progression within the police hierarchy. His role as Additional Commissioner of Police in Mumbai saw him overseeing critical cases like crime and West Region. With his extensive experience and persistent commitment to upholding the law, Shri Sandeep Karnik continues to serve as a stalwart in ensuring public safety and maintaining the integrity of police force. I request Shri Kulkarni to felicitate Shri Sandeep Karnik. I request Shri Karnik to enlighten our students and audience with his thoughts on promoting good citizenship, building respectful community.
Thank you for the kind words, such nice things spoken. And first of all, thank you to you all for inviting me here. It's such a pleasure, it's such a privilege to be here in this historic place. And really, many thanks to the management of Deccan Education Society. It feels so good to be among you all. Normally we keep meeting people who are, harassed by something. They come to us for some help or the other. Or we keep meeting some criminal type elements or some... but to meet with young, fresh minds who have gathered here feels so good. One thing about time is that, today you are sitting there, tomorrow you will be sitting here. Citizenship, good human being, a good life is all about that. One thing we didn't have, which you all have now, is the social media. What you are doing, and social media has internet, it can never be erased. So what you are doing now, tomorrow when you come and sit here, somebody will drag it out. So first thing about good citizenship is be very careful. Because what we did in our college days, maybe the same you may be doing now, but nobody remembers. Or even if they remember and say, most of the people will not believe it now. But for you, every phone has a video. Everything is posted on Instagram or whatever new things. Earlier it was Facebook, Insta, Twitter. So be very careful. Good citizenship for you all, because you don't know who will become what. Tomorrow you may become an officer, you may become a political functionary, you may become the Prime Minister, you may become the Chief Minister. Anything is possible. Because as time goes, seats fall vacant and the young generation has to occupy them. The most important thing about your citizenship thing is that if you are not strong enough, if you are not made yourself strong enough to occupy those positions, then who will suffer? The nation will suffer. Tomorrow you are sitting in some important position and you are not physically or mentally strong enough. Mental strength is also a very important thing. If you are not mentally strong, the nation will suffer, because tomorrow you are going to be the leaders of the nation. Our Prime Minister, our dear Prime Minister, had come a few days back. So somebody had tweeted that when he was not the Prime Minister, he had come here. In this very place he had given a talk about trust deficit, and now again he had come to Pune to receive the Tilak Award. There was a time when, for 30-40 years one dispensation was continuing. Then there was a change. So everything is possible and every change is possible. When we were in the student phase, you would never think what you would become. Many times, I am an engineer by profession. I did my MBA. I was working in the private sector. I never thought that my father, he normally, I don't know how is it now. Now I am asking my kids what you want to do and all. But our generation, doctor and engineer were the sort of things, and every parent wanted his kid to be a doctor or engineer. If they take admission to arts, that means arts mein admission liya, khatam, it's all. But now I encourage my daughter to take arts. arts and humanities are such, enriching things. See, to enrich yourself at this stage is most important. So I never imagined, after I became an engineer, I thought, let's do MBA. Our time, the students and the kids were little kids, your age or graduates. We were all kids only. Now you have got so much exposure. You are all very smart. You can Google things. You have so much exposure to channels. Our time, Doordarshan was there. You will not, many of you have not seen that black telephone was there. But sometimes I feel that we are lucky, because if all those distractions were there, we would never studied. I don't know how you people cope up now. Because malls were not there. Otherwise, you would be only on the front of the TV or on the phone. So being about a good citizen is making yourself strong. Secondly, being about good citizenship, see, I forgot one line in that. After my engineering and MBA, then I was just working somewhere. Then that time, that trend was also there. All the parents, they wanted ki government job lag jaye. Is it still there? It's still there. Okay. So then I was going for some training abroad to Italy. Then father was not very happy. I said, what happened? Then he said, now if you're going to Italy for training, then you may not. Then you will go into a serious professional on that side. So I prefer you give one try for UPSC. So I said, father is saying, that time we were not that, father is saying, then okay, we would. So I said, okay, let's sit for the exam. Then I sat for the exam, and then first attempt I got into railway traffic service. Then my attraction was always towards the uniform. As youngsters, you are always, something, you see some movies or some action related stuff then. But I still enjoy my work and my uniform. I am very glad that I made the choice. But that time I had never expected. I said, okay, I'll just give, because my parents are telling me, I'll just give the exam. In UPSC exam, there is prelims, mains and interview. I never expected myself that I'll pass the prelims also, because such a difficult exam. But I gave my full. I mean, it was such a difficult phase of life that once you are into a particular profession and you leave it and have a 1 year gap. So after 1 year gap, it's very difficult to recontinue it. So then you fall behind. So either it's and UPSC competitive exams, nothing is sure. Tomorrow you will not pass also, and you will be there after 2 years. All your colleagues and all your friends have gone far ahead of you. But then thankfully selection was there, and then you realize things that when you work in the public life, social life, normally what happens when we are, I'm sorry, I'm not a very good orator as such. I just like to talk one-to-one about my experiences only. So it's not a speech or something. I like to end at after some time I'll take some questions from you. So while working in this thing, and one very good thing that happened to me was anthropology was my subject. I selected anthropology. I didn't know what anthropology was. I one day went to the library and there were all stacks of notes, brilliant notes. Then I saw which notes were the least. So anthropology, एवढाच गड्डा होता त्याचा. We म्हटलं, let's take anthropology. But it was so nice, because anthropology is about basically study of different cultures, study of evolution of mankind, both the physical evolution, social evolution. So one most important thing of anthropology is it teaches you to respect the other culture. And the crux of good citizenship and good citizen is respect for the other culture. See, normally whichever religion we grow up in, India is divided into religions and castes and subcaste. So we have our own thinking about every religion, every caste. This has been, traditionally it has been like that. For many centuries, 1,000 years, 2,000 years. So anthropology teaches you that any tribal, small tribal culture it's a small tribe, but they have their own God. So the concept of God is with them also. We think that our God is God, a small tribal community will say. They have that same affection and maybe more dedication to their God because they are living in nature, where they face life and death every day. There is one concept in anthropology, and there is one thought, it's a thought process actually, that every religion, every small culture, whether it be a community of 50, maybe community of 5,000, maybe community of 50,000, 5 lakhs, 5 crore, they all have some basic structures. Their devotion and faith is to some, people say there is one God. In Hindu religion there are many gods. But you see a small tribal community which has maybe population of 50, 100, 500, they have a particular, they may be worshipping some tree, they may be worshipping some, any symbol. But their feelings are same as the feelings of the community which has around 5 lakh, 50 lakh, 5 crore population. Family is common to all. Just like you have a family, you stay in city, there may be some tribal person who stays in a remote, inaccessible area. He has to walk 20 kilometers to get to the main road, but he has a family. This feeling that he has for his family, what he has for his father, for his mother, for his grandfather, for his children, that is the same that you and me have. So when you correlate all that, it's all about how we live life. So being a good citizen is appreciating the diversity in us. We cannot say that today, see, India is all about diversity. And so much diversity, you will not get in any country all around the world. India is just like a full continent. Just like Africa is into divided into many countries. India is, everywhere you go 15, 20 kilometers, something changes, some food habit changes or something or the other changes. And it's to appreciate all this diversity and to take everything along is the crux of good citizenship in India. Normally, every country has a different, there were some studies in anthropology which were known as character. Any anthropology student here? No anthropology student here. It is about the character. It's a character of a particular nation, how the nation character of a citizen it develops. So that type of character studies, and then it went further that a nation should have a particular character and we should cultivate that character. So there were different things that no, diversity is important. Just like in US, the freedom of individual is most important. They can do any funny thing and still it's their freedom. There are some nations who believe that it should all be regimented. Like police and army are a regimented organization. Regimentation is there. There has to be a particular similar work and similar this thing. But in social communities, things are very different. In communities, all sorts of diversities. There are many thinkers go to that extent that even if he is a criminal, that thing is, that thing is not as per the norms of the society, the legal norms. But if you see, if any society is totally crime free, there is no delinquents, then also it's a dead society. So everything in a society is relative. There has to be everything. There has to be a combination of everything. Good citizenship is about being good human beings. Good citizenship is about respecting your own self, making your own self happy, making your parents happy, making your friends happy, there has to be positivity wherever you go, a good citizen goes, there has to be some positivity. Just a smile also gives a lot of positivity. We don't have that culture. Normally, if you go abroad, you see everybody, acknowledges and there is a smile. First time we had gone all together for a training center, training course. So there are around 30-40 officers. So the first thing we were told that, in we had gone to Australia. So they say that the Australian, these all people are friendly. So if somebody gives you a smile, don't overthink about it. So be normal. You also smile and acknowledge that smile, and it ends. That's the end of it. Don't bring your. So if some lady smiles at you and gives you a good morning or something, it is just a courtesy. That was the first thing that was briefed. So many times a smile also creates a lot of positivity. Now I go to many places, many of our junior officers are there, many people, but sometimes I just nod and smile, I just acknowledge them, yes. Just a general positivity it goes, They find something positive about, because I am wearing a uniform. So they must be thinking something, but just a nod, or sometimes some kid waves to me where I am just passing by, I just make it a point to just pull down the glass and just wave to him. So good citizenship is about all these small things. Sir. Now sir has come, so I'm reminded of one more point. Good citizenship is about the dedication of people who have worked for 40, 50 years without any expectations, with a lot of commitment. With no expectation of any return, and nations are built, institutions are built on such people. Being a good citizen, it's not about being a star, a film star, or somebody who has got this thing. One thing I would like about Pune is so many nice people I meet who have been working dedicatedly for 20, 30, 40 years in some field. They have never got any recognition, they have never got any publicity, but they have been doing so many things, and they have been creating such a difference in the lives of very simple people. I'll give you one example. Once there was one, I had gone for one trek. Sir, आपण ट्रेकला गेलो, तुम्ही पण होते. तर त्याच्यामध्ये I met somebody, some NGO, something. I said, what you do? Sir, they work for those autistic and mentally challenged, Divyang people. And I said, what do you do? They said, no, we get them and we give them swimming coaching. We have been doing it for 30 years or something, he was saying. And once they are into that swimming thing, then they find an outlet somewhere. And their physical and mental both capabilities are, they open up, and some of them have done swimming at national level, some of them have given some exams. One of them was I called them to my office. So one of them was an entrepreneur, and he was then employing around 26, 27 people. But that NGO, those people, very nameless, faceless type of people, but dedicatedly doing 20 years, 25 years, I don't know how many, but more than 20 years. So such type of people it's all about nation building, good citizenship, it's all about such people. Institutions don't last long if we only go after name and fame. Institutions and nations are not built on that. They are built on citizens who work for decades. They may get success or they may but they are not after success also. They are only about making a difference and making something good. Where we are standing, this place, as you all know, you all study here, you know the history of this place. And at one time, we had gone to the hostel where Savarkar ji as a student he stayed. That time nobody, that time half of, not 3/4 of the world was ruled by one empire. Nobody had anything, but at that time to think of doing something against the empire, it's just like in the movies. You see in the English movies, everything is captured by the empire, and small people struggle. But the thought that that takes birth, and the thought that is nurtured by people over generations who just they are not bothered about success. They only believe in the thought that yes, we think this is right and we'll do something about it. So that is the thought and the good citizenship and the commitment that made our country free. That is the commitment which builds. Even at the independence, even a needle was not manufactured in India. That also was imported from here. So over the time, what people have preserved, people like Kunte sir, what dedication and what days they have gone through. Nobody would have imagined any, but just keep working. 1 year, 2 year, 3 year. Similarly, when we were appearing for civil services, never thought also that we would pass or anything. Getting admission here on Ferguson only was a big thing. Coming here for lectures is different only. I could have never imagined. So you all have got admission here. You are all, I think, you are a very premium and most intelligent type of people, I believe. So, and I think, sir, I'll take some questions from them. That would be good.
Good evening, sir. You did mention in your speech that good citizenship is also about persistent dedication without expecting anything in return. Definitely, in the time of independence, that was definitely the case. But in current times, how could we use this dedication productively to be a good citizen?
Hello. See, nowadays your generation has goals for everything. Our times we used to study as per what our parents. Now you are all very aware people, and you must have thought of things for yourself. See, I'll just give you my own example. When I was studying for the UPSC, we had only seen constable and havaldar people that was the highest level of officer that we had seen. Maharashtra traditionally doesn't have a very high number in UPSC. So when we used to study, now see, it always happens, you think that everybody else will pass through, I will not pass. That happens. In any exam, or you want to tomorrow going abroad, you think that your name will be on. Why it will not be on the list? That logic is not there. So, but then we thought, okay, we are not going to pass, that is fine. But at least we'll give our full 100%. So then I used to say, at least if my parents have given me that opportunity, at least I should put my 100% in it. And it was not anything, it was out of, if you don't pass, you are out. It's just like if you jump somewhere. So, if you reach the other side, if you fall down, if it is going to be a very deep fall, where you are not going to survive, then your jump will be little longer. So then what we used to do, we used to just, there are 24 hours in a day. 6 hours you sleep. Don't think whether you'll pass or not. 6 hours gone. Half an hour for your toothbrush, your bath, your breakfast. 30 minutes gone. The other 30 minutes for your 15 minutes lunch and dinner. So how many hours remain? 16, 17, 18. So in that 17 or 16, let us take 16 hours. In that 16 hours, how much time you are using for your goal? No Sunday, no Saturday, no Holi, no Diwali, no friend, no girlfriend, boyfriend, no parents, no relatives, only you and your goal. That is the commitment and your dedication. Suppose you have decided some goal, okay? Like there's a wall behind us. It's a concrete wall or it's a wooden wall, I don't know. But you have decided that you will break this wall with your head. You will dash at the wall and you will break it with your head. If you have decided that, then you should not think that will my head break, will I live? Then you have to dash on it. So that type of, and if you keep on thinking of results, even the same, Bhagavad Gita also says the same thing. If you think of the results only, then you make yourself perfect. And that actually, we see all that's written in Bhagavad Gita or is written, but that is actually so. If you keep thinking of results, me pass honar ka nahi honar, then it's difficult. In our, when we were studying, there was one very intelligent person. And he was, when we used to get around 70, we used to solve those papers, objective papers, we used to get 70, he used to be as 120. But he was always self-doubting. आपलं होणार की नाही आणि असं कसं एवढं डिफिकल्ट. Finally I stopped interacting. I didn't want that negativity. ठीक आहे, नाही झालं नाही नंतर बघू ना. We'll see afterwards. But every day if you are going to torture yourself, कि I am going to make it or I am not going to make it. So if you go too much on the results, then it's a problem. Just dash the wall with your head. 100% wall will only break. So that sort of commitment, and some people I see in Pune. And Pune has a typical thing, people are into all sorts of fields. Like at Diwali time, sir, Diwaliच्या वेळेला, we get invitations to come to different programs. So some person will be, some organization, NGO, they will be making, they will be having a program for dead soldiers. Some will be having for dead soldiers' families. Some will be having for handicapped soldiers. Some organization will be having for the Budhwar prostitutes and all these people. Some will be having for their children. So Pune is one place, where these small fields are there, which, they are not into flash. But Pune, I don't know what quality is there in Pune. People are working in every small field where, they will never, there will never be a flash. But they are working for 5, 10, 15 years. खूप committedly. Sometimes I feel, आपल्याला immediate काहीतरी result पाहिजे असतो. But sometimes I feel, look at them and I feel so humbled actually, की ह्यांना काय त्यातून एवढ्या वर्षात मिळालं. पण एकदम कमिटमेंटनी हे करत राहतात आणि it's amazing. So that sort of, if you like something, if you are passionate about something, and you have decided a goal, then with that commitment you should just go into it. Commitment makes it very easy.
Yeah, just.
So would you like to elaborate about the challenges you were facing during the UPSC tenure, like when you were preparing for UPSC, and also the interview part? Also challenges as a joint CP Pune.
See, the most important challenge is you yourself and your mind. Okay. My father used to tell me there was one line, ki your most dangerous enemy and most important challenge is within you. That is your own laziness. ते म्हणायचे आळस्य ही मनुष्यानाम शरीरशम महारिपू. म्हणजे तुमचा लेझिनेस जो आहे तो तुमच्या शरीरात लपलेला सगळ्यात मोठा शत्रू आहे. इफ यू डू अवे विथ दॅट, देन देर इज नो चॅलेंज इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू. आणि इफ यू आस्क मी अबाउट द चॅलेंजेस, जस्ट अबाउट your own mind, where you think all sorts of nonsense and then you become lazy and don't study. So if you are self-disciplined and if you have control over your mind, then nothing is impossible. And my challenges in this current post is, there are so many nice people in Pune and they help out so much. So actually, yes, there are a lot of challenges, but in Pune, if you just talk to people and make them understand things, they will all stand behind you and rally. I've worked in different parts. I've worked in Nagpur, I've worked in Jalna, Nanded, I've worked in Thane, I've worked in Mumbai for 12 years, I've worked in Ahmednagar. But Pune is something different, where the people are a different lot, and the challenge is how to take everyone along. Otherwise, the challenge is our own nature and human nature. Human nature is always, complex. So how you deal with it? If you talk to someone with respect, and if you make them understand, normally people will understand and they will do what you want. It's about how you deal with people.
Thank you, sir, for your words of practical wisdom. Here, by instilling values of responsibility, empathy, and commitment, together we can work towards responsible community and a brighter future. Now I hand over this whole ceremony to Pritha madam.
Thank you, Aarti ma'am. Good afternoon all. So today we are also celebrating DES Founders Day, which was on 9th of August, which is to honor the memory of Principal Shri Vaman Rao Apte. To celebrate, this year IMDR is felicitating its meritorious student from the batch of 2021-23 and batch of 2022-24. Before moving forward, I would like to thank all the parents, friends, relatives, mentors who are here in the auditorium and watching us online for joining us for this program. I will request Shri Sharat Kunte sir to give award to PGDM 1 topper. So third rank holder for PGDM 1 batch 2022-24, Tasneem Siamwala. I'll request her to come on dais. Second rank holder of PGDM 1 batch 2022-24, Tanish Ranjani. First rank holder of PGDM 1 First rank holder of PGDM 1 batch 2022-24, Himangi Borawale. A special mention to her mentor who is here for her felicitation. I'll request Chief Guest, Joint Commissioner of Police, Shri Sandeep Karnik, to felicitate PGDM 2 toppers. Third rank holder of PGDM 2 batch 2021-23, Prithviraj Khoth. second rank holder of PGDM 2 batch 2021-23, Siddhi Kulkarni. Overall third rank holder of PGDM 2 batch 2021-23, Siddhika Jadhav. Overall second rank holder PGDM 2 batch 2021-23, Rushiraj Joshi. With a huge round of applause for overall and PGDM 2 first rank holder batch 2021-23, Arnav Apte. Congratulations to all the toppers. I would like to now hand over the IPS. I'll request all the dignitaries to take it. I will now like to hand over the DS to Professor Gopadas.
Thank you, Pratha. Good evening, everyone. Sometimes you will never know the value of a moment until it becomes a memory. And one such day is today, as we all have gathered to celebrate an extraordinary achievement of IMDR. Today, we proudly present a book contributed by the students of IMDR on the title of Appreciating Organizations' Biggest Assets, Cases in Human Resource Management. The journey began when, as a part of internal assessment, an assignment was given on the task of writing a case study, where students were asked to collect information, analyze the data, and assemble them in a form of case study. This book focuses on three key concepts, that is demographic, sectoral, and trends and attitudes related to pay equity, total rewards, executive compensation, employee motivation, and employee benefits. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to unveil and release this labor of dedication and collaboration. And to do the honors, may I now request our distinguished dignitaries to please come forward and the editors of the book to unveil the book.
This moment is incomplete without celebrating the contributors, our students, who have poured their heart and mind into creating this exceptional compilation. With this in mind, we felicitate them who have risen to the occasion and have written their names in the history of IMDR's achievement. I would request the students to please come on the dais as I take their names. I request Shri Sharat Kunte sir to please felicitate our student contributors. Jeenal Vyas. The study recommends that the Indian government should introduce legislation to mandate pay transparency and reporting, which can reduce the gender pay gap in India. Ruta Padhe. Her study talks about creating a culture of inclusion and equity promoting transparency in compensation benefits, and provide opportunities for advancement to all employees to attract and retain Gen Z and Gen Y employees. Rituja Kharade, I request Shri Dhananjay Kulkarni sir to please felicitate. Sir. Her study suggests that as e-commerce industry is agile and competitive, employee compensation and benefits are expected to be more innovative, transparent, and flexible to attract, satisfy, and retain the finest employees. Meenal Gabhane, her study recommends developing effective compensation management strategies to ensure the improvement of performance and competitive advantage, reducing employee turnover, which will benefit both the employee and the employer. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I would request Dr. Nidhi Dhanju ma'am to felicitate our next student contributors. Divya Gandhi. The author observed from the data that Gen Z is more tech savvy, more cautious, more individualistic, less tolerant, better at multitasking, and as such, they are more likely to stay longer with their first employer. Namrata Peshwani. Her study highlights one of the major concerns in executive compensation, that is gender disparity for the same level of work and experience. She recommends that this may lead to loss of critical personnel, demotivation, misaligned goals, and inadequate shareholder returns. Siddhika Zadhav. The research reveals the potential negative impact of a widening pay gap between executives and lower level employees, and highlights the need for further investigation and attention in this area. Thank you, ma'am. Shrutika and Shreya, we miss you today, and I hope the feeling is mutual. As we move forward, I would like to request Ruta and Jinal to please share their experiences. Please have a seat. Yes, over to you, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to start by thanking IMDR for giving us this amazing opportunity. As students, we got the chance to not just learn something new, but also were able to contribute with our case studies. I know this is a very small part in the sea of the studies that are there. However, because of the exposure that we got at IMDR, we were able to research so much in so many different channels that are available. And during the research that we were doing, it was just at the beginning it started with an assignment. It was a simple assignment, and Gopa ma'am has guided all of us through it all. Sanmat sir and Sonali ma'am, they gave their contributions as well. Under their guidance, we were able to achieve this amazing feeling today. And I would really like to thank IMDR from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much, everyone. Yeah, thank you.
So good evening, everybody. The experience that we shared, all of us, all the contributors, was one of a kind, because we had never experienced anything of this level, because we were researching our level best. There are many people who have done secondary as well as primary researches. So that experience, though it was painful, but at the end of the day, it was very fruitful for all of us, for all the students that have contributed. So I would, like Jinal said, I would like to thank everybody from IMDR for giving us the opportunity for putting forward our work and being recognized. And like everybody said, that our names are going to be written in the history of IMDR. So we are really grateful to everybody that our names, we could contribute something to IMDR at the end of the day. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Ruta and Jinal, and we hope to see many more student authors in the coming years. Yeah. As the esteemed author of the foreword in our publication, her insights have beautifully enriched the narrative, elevating the discussions about human resource management intricacies. it is my privilege to introduce the person whose words have given soul to our book, Dr. Nidhi Dhanju. Dr. Dhanju's professional journey started as a learning and organizational development professional about 20 years ago. She is currently leading the people practice at Praj Industries, a global leader in biotechnology and engineering space. Prior to Praj, ma'am was the Vice President Organizational Effectiveness at Thermax. Earlier, she was associated with Infosys, where she won several accolades for her work, including esteemed TIS CLO Award for L&D Team 2015, prestigious BML Munjal Award for Excellence in L&D, the Thermax Innovation Award for a program on prevention of sexual harassment at workplace, and the esteemed Infosys Chairman's Excellence Award for the work in building culture of innovation at workplace. She brings with her global perspective and experience, having worked with 3M and PDI and studied in the United States at the University of Minnesota for several years. Ma'am, it's indeed an honor to have you here. I request Shri Sharad Kunte sir to please felicitate Dr. Nidhi Dhanju ma'am. Thank you, Kunte sir. Requesting Dhanju ma'am to please express her thoughts on the occasion.
Thank you so much, Sonali, and thank you so much, my dear parents, students, and the esteemed panelists I share the dais with. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here. Congratulations to all the toppers, winners, and also all the students. I just want to share, it's hard to do justice and say anything very, put 20 years of HR experience in 2 minutes, because I have exactly 2 minutes. But I'll try to say something to students that will hopefully stay with them forever. Yeah, I'll try to keep it very brief, but I'll try to say something that will keep it with them. So on an average, I do at least 25 interviews in a week, because that's my job. I'm an HR professional. So in the last 20 years, you can do the math how many interviews I must have done, I must have taken. And some of the things I would just like to stand here and talk about what I look for, what HR professionals look for, what hiring managers look for when they think about students. So there are 3 things that we look for. 1, initiative and drive. And what is initiative and drive? Somebody is launching a book, somebody is contributing an article, somebody is going to Coursera and taking that extra added course. And trust me, when you put all that in your profile, it doesn't go waste. We look at that. You know what, it's not so much on the course. It's not a lot when your profile comes to me as to, in the CV as to the book launch. It's more of the initiative and drive that you've taken. That counts more. Yeah. All of you will pass with great, achievements. I'm sure you'll get placed. But as you move forward, that's something, that little paragraph at the end, other achievements, that today is becoming the bigger achievements. Yeah? Are you all with me? Those important aspects do count, because it talks about how much you're interested in taking initiative and drive. Especially today in the Insta generation, everything is, it's so easy to pass time, right? From 8 o'clock in the morning to evening, you can just be in your gadgets. Yeah? So it takes an extra effort today rather than in our generation. You can still do some of the stuff because we didn't have the technology to disrupt and distract us. But today to launch a book by the students, commendable. A big round of applause. Because you really have to distract yourself from the gadgets and do something which makes you go somewhere else. And that's equally important for us. So students, please take initiative and drive. Please do that extra course on Coursera. Please go to LinkedIn. Please launch books. Please seek advices from your professors to go that extra mile, because otherwise your profile and everybody else's profile is the same. Right? So that's one thing I would love you to just stay with you, initiative and drive. And even when you come in the organization, raise your hand for that project that nobody wants to go. Raise your hand to that geography that nobody wants to take. Those are all the aspects that will differentiate you from many others, right? The second is learning agility. Trust me, today everything is changing so fast. Just in my own department, 5 jobs are getting traded to ChatGPT. In the next 5 years, I don't see a need for an accountant in my own company. I don't see a need for an HR operations in my own company. So your learning agility is going to be extremely relevant. How you learn and adapt is going to be the future of organizations and how profiles are looked at. So learning agility, agility on the go is extremely important. You need to be constantly learning, and learning will never ever retire. Because if you don't learn and act and be agile, you're dead, especially today. Because tomorrow's job description, if I put an HR student to write, will not be the same as yesterday. And it will look very different in the future forward. So everything is going to change really, really fast. The models of HR, finance, marketing, digital marketing, all of them are undergoing huge shifts. And everything cannot be taught in classroom. So you must stay with learning agility across all the years that you live. All the years that you live. That's the second thing I would like to talk about. And the third is hard work. You know, my 16-year-old just graduated from 10th. I have a daughter and a son who is 13, and she was telling me, आई आता कसाला 10वीचा अभ्यास करायचा आहे, आता काय मार्क्सनी काय होतोय, राईट? क्या होता है आजकल मार्क्स से? You know what marks tell you? Marks tell you about hard work. So a lot of hiring managers will tell you, अरे हम तो marks देखते ही नहीं है, आप कहाँ पे आए देखते ही नहीं है. But inherently, all my hiring managers will go up to 12th standard, BCom, MBA, and they will see that. Because there is one trait that distinguishes people there. It's hard work. Definitely somebody who has achieved something more or stood somewhere as a rank holder will have put a little bit more hard work, right? And that counts. So hard work is never undergraded, not downgraded. It's going to stay with you forever. It's so easy nowadays to be lazy. So please get up, please enjoy your tenure in the college, but also make sure that you're putting in the facets of learning agility or learning on the go. You're putting in the hard work, and definitely you are looking at initiatives and drive to drive you. At the end of the day, don't forget to have fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Nidhi madam. I doubt any professional body in Pune doesn't recognize Nidhi madam. She's actually the backbone of HR function in Pune, right? I was given a very difficult task today to introduce Kunte sir. I got his profile, I put it into ChatGPT, and I told it to make it a small profile. It gave me a 2-page descriptive profile. I thought it is better I try and press it in myself, my words, right? I'm honored to introduce our very own Dr. Sharat Kunte, Chairman, Council and Governing Body, Deccan Education Society. His journey is a testament to the unwavering commitment to enriching society, fostering education, and contributing to the literary world. The theme of today's event, if you see, initially we started with good citizenship, then we spoke about academics, okay, where the students were facilitated, and we have done with the book also. So if you look at it, sir has all the 3 aspects, qualities inbuilt. He has seamlessly integrated his civic responsibilities with his passion for education and literature, serving as an inspiring role for all others to follow. Shri Kunte's scholarly contribution extend beyond the classroom, as evident in his extensive literary works that delve into Indian philosophical thought and current issues of importance. Sir has a literary legacy of 39 books as a testament to his deep understanding of great Indian thoughts and values. Shri Sharat Kunte, multifaceted contribution reflects a profound commitment to the societal well-being, educational advancement, and intellectual enlightenment. I request sir to please honor us with his words of wisdom.
नमस्कार. 2 अतिशय प्रथितयश माणसं माझ्या आधी बोललेली आहेत. कर्णिक सर आणि निधी मॅडम आपापल्या क्षेत्रामध्ये टॉप्स पोझिशनमध्ये आहेत. त्यामुळे त्यांनी बोलल्यावर मी आणखीन काही वेगळं बोलावं असं खरं म्हणजे काही शिल्लक नाही. पण प्राध्यापक माणसाला सवय असते ना, माईक हातात आला की भाषण सुरू करायचं. 3 मुद्दे फक्त मी आपल्यासमोर मांडायचं ठरवलं आहे आता, जे आता विषयावरती आपलं डिस्कशन आहे. गुड सिटिझनशिप, चांगले नागरिक होणं, गुड करिअर, आपलं जे सगळं करिअर आहे हे मोठं होणं, आणि आणखीन काहीतरी मला ते सांगायचं आहे. तुम्ही सगळे मॅनेजमेंटच्या कोर्सला आलेला आहात. अजून थोड्या दिवसांनी कुठल्या तरी वेगवेगळ्या कंपन्यांमध्ये चांगले मॅनेजर्स म्हणून तुम्ही प्लेस व्हाल निश्चितपणे, मला त्यात काही शंका नाही. IMDRचा विद्यार्थी बाहेर पडल्यानंतर सक्सेसफुलच होणार, उत्तम प्लेसमेंट होणार, यात काही शंका नाही. प्रश्न पुढे आहे, सक्सेस म्हणजे काय याचं थोडं डेफिनेशन आपल्याला करता आली पाहिजे. खूप चांगला जॉब मिळवला, खूप चांगले पैसे मिळवले, बंगला घेतला, गाडी घेतली, आता पुढे काय? आपल्याला नेमकं कुठे पोचायचं आहे याचा थोडा विचार करण्याच्या वयामध्ये आत्ता आपण आहोत, त्या क्षमतेच्या आत्ता आपण आहोत. हे सगळं करायला पाहिजे की नाही? नक्की केलं पाहिजे. भरपूर पैसे मिळवले पाहिजेत, भरपूर चांगल्या अथॉरिटीज आपण व्यवस्थित कमांड केल्या पाहिजेत, नक्की केलं पाहिजे, आणि आपण करू शकतो. 2 शब्दांच्या मध्ये, म्हणजे केवळ सक्सेस हा शब्द नीट एक्सप्लेन करत नाही आपली जबाबदारी. यशस्वी होणं आणि आपल्या जीवनाचं सार्थक होणं हे 2 पूर्ण वेगळ्या कन्सेप्ट्स आहेत. आम्ही जीवनात यशस्वी झालो कशावर ठरेल? खूप तुम्हाला पैसा मिळाला, खूप मोठं काहीतरी एखादं अधिकाराचं पद मिळालं, बस त्यांनी तुमच्या जीवनाचं सार्थक होईल का? कल्पना अशी करा की या पिक्चरमधून तुम्ही बाजूला झालात, तुम्ही कोण तुम्हाला विचारणार आहे? कोण तुमची आठवण काढणार आहे की अमुक एक चांगला मॅनेजर होऊन गेला एखाद्या कंपनीचा, अमुक एक चांगला मोठा माणूस होऊन गेला? कोणी दुसऱ्या दिवशी बसून आठवणार नाही. पण तुम्ही जिथे कुठे आहात तिथे आपण काय करू शकतो की ज्यामुळे मोठ्या प्रमाणावर आपण हजारो लोकांच्या लक्षात राहू, त्यांना असं वाटेल की अरे हा माणूस आपल्याबरोबर होता ना काही काळ, खूप चांगलं झालं आपल्या दृष्टीने. म्हणजे माणूस तिथून बाजूला झाल्यानंतर तेवढं त्याच्या जीवनाचं सार्थक झालं असं आपण म्हणू. म्हणून मी मगाशी प्रश्न विचारला ना की भरपूर चांगला मोठा अधिकाराचं पद मिळवलं, भरपूर पैसे मिळवले, भरपूर 10 गोष्टी मिळवल्या, पुढे काय? त्याचा विचार आपला प्रत्येकाला नक्की करता आला पाहिजे. माझ्याजवळ असं काय आहे, कर्तृत्व माझ्याकडे काय आहे की ज्याच्या मदतीने माझं स्मरण समाज आणखीन दीर्घकाळ करेल, लोकांच्या लक्षात मी दीर्घकाळ राहीन, असं माझ्याजवळ काय आहे? मी लहान मुलांना एक गोष्ट सांगतो नेहमी, रंगवून सांगतो तिथे 10-15 मिनटं, आणि शेवटचं जे फलित आहे ते एक अर्ध्या मिनटात सांगतो, कारण तेवढंच त्यांच्या लक्षात राहावं अशी माझी इच्छा असते. पाठ करून घेतो काही वेळा मी. एका शेतकऱ्याची अशी 3 सुना होत्या त्याला. त्या 3 सुनांना त्यांनी बोलवून सांगितलं की माझी सगळी जमीन कोणाला तरी द्यायची आहे, तुमच्यापैकी एका कोणाला तरी मी सगळं ते सांभाळायला देईन, पण एक छोटं काम आहे, माझा प्रसादाचा दाणा मी तुमच्याकडे देतो, मी ज्यावेळी मागेन त्यावेळी मला परत करायचा, त्याच्यावर मी ठरवेन कोणाला द्यायचं. आता त्यातल्या एका सुनेने विचार केला, आपण रोज पूजा करतो, आपल्याशिवाय तिथं कोणी जात नाही, आपल्या त्या करंडा एक वेगळा काढून त्याच्यात ठेवून दिला, तो एक गव्हाचा दाणा दिला होता प्रसादमध्ये, तो गव्हाचा दाणा ठेवून दिला. दुसरी सून होती, तिने तो गव्हाचा दाणा घेतला, दागिन्यांच्या पेटीत ठेवून दिला की आपल्याशिवाय तिथं कोणी हात लावत नाही, प्रसादाचा दाणा कुठे हरवणार नाही. तिसऱ्या सुनेने विचार केला, माझ्याकडे का दिला असेल, यांच्याकडे काय तिजोरी नाही ठेवायला, हव्या तेवढ्या गोष्टी आहेत ना, कोट्यवधी रुपये आमचं मामंजी साठवून ठेवतोय, तर एक दाणा ठेवायला काय प्रॉब्लेम होता, मला कशाला दिला साठ. मग तिने विचार केला, एक अंगणामध्ये जाऊन एका थोडीशी जागा केली, तिथे लावलं रोप, तिथे दाणा पुरला, त्याचं रोप आलं, एखाद्या ओंजळवर गहू झाले, मग ते नेऊन आणखीन एका वाफ्यात लावले, त्याची आणखीन एक 5-50 झाडं झाली. 8-10 वर्ष झाली शेतकऱ्यांनी त्याला बोलवलंच नाही. मग एकदम बोलवलं, इकडे या, प्रसादाचा दाणा द्या. आता 8-10 वर्ष जर त्या गव्हाच्या दाण्याकडे कोणी बघितलंच नसेल तर काय झालं असेल त्याचं? कुजला, सडून गेला, किड्या मुंग्यांनी खाऊन टाकला, काही राहिलं नाही शिल्लक. ती तिसरी सून हल्ली नाही तिथून. ती त्या शेतकऱ्याला म्हणाली, मी आणते प्रसादाचा दाणा, पण मला एक 10 बैलगाड्या पाहिजेत. 10 बैलगाड्या गेल्यात तर प्रसादाचा दाणा मी घेऊन येऊ शकेन. म्हणजे त्या एका दाण्याचे आता एवढे दाणे झालेले आहेत की मला तेवढी पाहिजेत 10 बैलगाड्या. मग ते लहान मुलांच्या गोष्टीत ते कन्क्लुजन काय यायला महत्त्व असतं ना त्याच्या दृष्टीने. मग त्या शेतकऱ्यांनी तिला ते सांभाळायला दिलं वगैरे. असं मूळ मुद्दा कुठे आहे? प्रत्येकाकडे असा काहीतरी प्रसादाचा दाणा परमेश्वरांनी दिला आहे, प्रत्येकाला दिला आहे. पण मला दिलेला प्रसादाचा दाणा जर मी योग्य प्रकारे व्यवहारात आणूच शकलो नाही, वापरूच शकलो नाही, तर तो कुजून जाणार आहे, सडून जाणार आहे, किड्या मुंग्यांनी खाऊन टाकला जाणार आहे, काही वेगळं होणार नाही. त्यामुळे परमेश्वरांनी मला दिलेला प्रसादाचा दाणा मला अनेक पट मोठा कसा करता येईल हे ज्याचं त्यांनी ठरवायचं आहे. एखादा खूप बुद्धिमान माणूस आहे, त्याचा प्रसादाचा दाणा म्हणजे त्याची बुद्धी आहे. पण जसं यांनी आता मगाशी प्रश्न विचारला होता, हार्डवर्कच केलं नाही, काम केलं, अभ्यासच केला नाही, तो प्रसादाचा दाणा कुजून जाईल, त्याचा काही उपयोग होणार नाही. त्या बुद्धीचा उपयोग करून तो काही पुढे जाऊ शकणार नाही. एखादा उत्तम चित्रकार आहे, त्याला प्रसादाचा दाणा म्हणजे परमेश्वराने ती कला दिली आहे, पण त्या कलेचा तो उपयोगच त्यांनी केला नाही, कधी चित्र काढली नाहीत, लोकांना दाखवली नाहीत, प्रदर्शन लावलं नाही. जर त्यांनी ती कला वाढवायचा प्रयत्न केला नाही तर तो प्रसादाचा दाणा कुजून जाणार आहे, नष्ट होऊन जाणार आहे. एखादा चांगला शारीरिक क्षमता भक्कम आहे, पण त्यांनी व्यायाम केला नाही, खुराक घेतला नाही, वेगवेगळ्या जाऊन कुस्त्यांचे डावपेच शिकले नाहीत, तर तो समाजासमोर येणार नाही आहे त्याच्या शक्तीची. आपल्याला परमेश्वराने काय दिलं आहे हे ज्याचं त्याला ठरवायला लागेल. परमेश्वराने कोणालाही रिकामं सोडलेलं नाही. प्रत्येकाकडे परमेश्वराने प्रसादाचा काहीतरी दाणा दिला आहे आणि तो मागणार आहे केव्हा दाणा परत? त्या शेतकऱ्यांनी 10 वर्षांनी मागितला होता. आपल्याला प्रसादाचा दाणा समाज मागणार. समाज हाच परमेश्वर आहे, आणखीन परमेश्वर कुठे दुसरीकडे शोधायची काही गरज नाही. समाज आपल्याला दागणार आहे की अरे तुझ्याकडे दिलेला प्रसादाचा दाणा होता तो मला परत कर. आपण काय देणार आहोत? आपण जे देऊ शकणार आहोत समाजाला त्यांनी आपल्या जीवनाचं सार्थक होईल. दॅट इज द रिअल सक्सेस ऑफ अवर लाईफ. किती पैसे मिळवले हे समाज विचारणार नाही आहे. तुम्ही किती बंगले बांधलेत, किती गाड्या घेतल्यात हे समाज विचारणार नाही आहे. परत मी सांगतो की हे सगळं मिळवलं पाहिजे, आपल्या कर्तृत्वावर मिळवलं पाहिजे, पण ते संपलं नाही तिथवर. समाज तुम्हाला विचारणार आहे जो प्रसादाचा दाणा तुम्हाला दिला आहे जन्मापासून तुम्हाला द्या परत. तो 10 म्हणजे 1000 पट किंवा लाख पट त्या मुलीने जसं करून दाखवलं, 10 बैलगाड्या द्या तर एक प्रसादाचा दाणा देतो परत. असा तो प्रसादाचा दाणा काय स्वरूपात समाजाला आम्ही देणार आहोत ते आपल्या जीवनाचं सार्थक असेल. आपल्या जीवनामधला प्रसादाचा दाणा ओळखणं, तो वाढवण्यासाठी आपल्याला जेवढी जास्त मेहनत घेता येईल, परिश्रम करता येईल, त्याचं आत्तापासून नियोजन करणं. त्याच्यासाठी कोणी प्राध्यापक तुमच्या मदतीला येणार नाही. त्याच्याकरता तुमचे पालक कदाचित काही मार्गदर्शन करू शकतील, पण ठरवावं ज्याचं त्यालाच लागेल. गुड सिटिझन केवळ चांगलं नागरिकत्व एवढ्यापुरता हा विषय मर्यादित नाही आहे. असं काहीतरी मी होणार आहे मोठा की ज्याने मी समाजाचा आधार होईन. मी नुसतं चांगला वागेन समाजात असं नाही, मी समाजाचा आधार होईन. असं मी काय करू शकतो? दुसरा मुद्दा, आपण सगळेजण मॅनेजर्स होणार आहात, म्हणजे आपण नेतृत्व करणार आहोत एखाद्या गटाचं. आणि जो नेता असतो, अधिकार मिळाला म्हणजे माणूस नेता होत नाही. अधिकाराने एखादी गोष्ट सांगितली तो समोरचा माणूस हो म्हणतो पण करत नाही. आपण सांगितल्यावर त्याला करावंसं वाटणं किंवा त्यांचं आपणहून तेवढं सहकार्य मिळणं आपल्या कामासाठी, याच्यासाठी केवळ अधिकारपद पुरत नाही. त्याच्यासाठी केवळ ऑर्डर देणं पुरेसं होत नाही. एक बरोबरीच्या स्वरूपात किंवा ह्युमन रिलेशन निर्माण करणं आपल्या प्रत्येक सहकार्यांमध्ये, आणि त्या ह्युमन रिलेशन्समुळे, मैत्रीच्या संबंधांमुळे किंवा त्याच्याबरोबर एक दुसरी गोष्ट जोडावी लागते. तुमच्यामध्ये एखाद्या कामासंबंधीचं डेडिकेशन आहे, तुमचं चारित्र्य उत्तम आहे, त्यामुळे भोवतालच्या सगळ्या सहकार्यांना असं वाटतं याच्याबरोबर आपण काम केलं पाहिजे, याचा प्रत्येक शब्द ऐकला पाहिजे. हे तुम्ही सांगितलेल्या शब्दांमुळे नाही, तुमचं जे कॅरेक्टर आहे, व्यक्तिगत चारित्र्य आणि राष्ट्रीय चारित्र्य देखील, तुमचं चारित्र्य आणि तुमचं एखाद्या विषयामध्ये असलेलं समर्पण, पूर्ण झोकून देऊन तुम्ही काय काम करताय हे लोक पाहत असतात. आणि जे लोक पाहतात त्याप्रमाणे ते ठरवतात काय करायचं, किती ऐकायचं या माणसाचं आणि किती नाही. त्यामुळे नेत्याचं हे सगळ्यात महत्त्वाची जबाबदारी आहे की आपलं नेतृत्व कसं सिद्ध करायचं. डिमांड करून लिडरशिप मिळत नाही, ती कमांड करावी लागते. म्हणजे इतरांच्या वरती आपलं व्यक्तित्व ठसवावं लागतं की अरे याचं ऐकलंच पाहिजे आपण, याच्यामध्ये एवढी क्षमता आहे की याचं ऐकलं आपण तरच काहीतरी चांगलं होणार आहे. हे कर्तृत्व आपल्यामध्ये डेव्हलप करण्यासाठी काय काय क्वालिटीज आपल्यात निर्माण व्हायला पाहिजेत. आत्ताचं मॅनेजमेंटचं आपण सगळ्या गोष्टी शिकतो आहोत, थोडा विचार करा त्या दृष्टीने. आणि या सगळ्या मॅनेजमेंटचे जे प्रिन्सिपल्स आपण शिकतो त्याच्यामध्ये हे नेतृत्व गुण आपल्यात विकसित होणार आहेत की नाही, होत आहेत की नाही, याचा एक विचार केला पाहिजे, तर तुम्ही सक्सेसफुल व्हाल पूर्णपणे. तिसरा मुद्दा, आत्ता सरांनी बोलताना त्याचा नेमक्या शब्दात उल्लेख केला. पैशाचा हिशोब आपण सर्वजण ठेवतो, पैसा हिशोब ठेवतो, वेळेचा हिशोब ठेवत नाही. खरं म्हणजे पैसा ही गोष्ट अशी असते की जी गेली तर परत मिळवता येते. माझ्याकडे काय लाखभर रुपये मला पगार मिळाला आहे आज, तो खर्चही होऊन जातो, आणखीन काही कारणामुळे मला अनावश्यक ठिकाणी द्यावे लागतात पैसे, ठीक आहे, मला ते परत मिळवता येतात. पुढच्या महिन्यात मला पगार मिळणार आहे किंवा आणखीन काहीतरी करून मी पैसे मिळवीन. गेलेला वेळ परत कधीच मिळवता येत नाही. प्रत्येक मिनिट जे आत्ता आपण जगतो आहोत ते प्रत्येक मिनिट मी कसं माझ्या उद्दिष्टासाठी युटिलाइज करून, उद्दिष्ट म्हणजे काय, जे मी पहिलं सांगितलं की आपलं जीवन सार्थक कशात होईल, प्रसादाचा दाणा आपल्याजवळचा कसा योग्य प्रकारे समाजाला मी परत देऊ शकेन, ते आपलं उद्दिष्ट. त्याच्यासाठी आपलं मिनिट अन मिनिट मला कसं योग्य प्रकारे वापरता येईल आपणच विचार करायचा. दुसऱ्याने आपल्याला टाइम टेबल दाखवून द्यायची गरज काय. त्यामुळे पैशाचा हिशोब ठेवण्यापेक्षा वेळेचा हिशोब ठेवणं अतिशय महत्त्वाचं आहे. आणि ते ज्याला जमतं तोच जीवनात यशस्वी होतो, त्याचं जीवन सार्थकही होतं. बस 3 फक्त गोष्टी आज मी सांगणार होतो. आपल्याला दिलेला प्रसादाचा दाणा ओळखा, तो जेवढा मोठा करता येईल, कारण समाज आज ना उद्या आपल्याला मागणार आहे की जन्माच्या वेळी तुला दिलेला प्रसादाचा दाणा मला दे परत. त्यावेळी समाजाला आपण काय देणार याचा विचार जरूर करा. दुसरा मुद्दा, आपण नेतृत्व स्वीकारणार आहोत, मॅनेजर म्हणजे नेता आहे. नेतृत्व यशस्वी करण्यासाठी आपल्याजवळ काय गुणवत्ता निर्माण व्हायला पाहिजे ती शिकवून येत नाही, ती प्रयत्नपूर्वक डेव्हलप करावी लागते. ती गुणवत्ता मिळवण्यासाठी आपण काय करतो त्याचा विचार करायचा. आणि तिसरं, हे सगळं करण्यासाठी माझं मिनिट आणि मिनिट योग्य प्रकारे कसं कारणी लागेल याचं मॅनेजमेंट करा. बस, आणखीन काही सांगण्याजोगं नाहीच आहे.
Thank you, sir. The 3 advices that you gave students, hopefully they would make the most of them. Before I begin with the vote of thanks, just a reminder to everyone, at 5:30 dot at DES, we have a tradition of reciting Vande Mataram. So a siren would go on. Once you hear the siren, request everyone to stand at their places and we would recite Vande Mataram. Okay, I'll begin with the vote of thanks. On behalf of Deccan Education Society's IMDR, it is my privilege and honor to extend a heartfelt gratitude to each and everyone who has graced today's event. We are truly privileged to have Mr. Sandeep Karnik, Joint Commissioner of Police Pune, our guest speaker for the event, focusing on the theme of good citizenship and building respectful communities. I would like to thank Dr. Nidhi Dhanjo for giving us support towards the growth and excellence of HR function. I would also like to express our sincere appreciation to Dr. Sharad Kunte, Chairman, Council and Governing Body, Deccan Education Society, for his visionary leadership and unwavering dedication, which has been instrumental in shaping the ideals of IMDR. We are deeply honored to have with us Shri Dhananjay Kulkarni, whose presence has added luster to this occasion. I would like to thank Shri Pradeep Ashtaputre for his gracious presence for this event. Our heartfelt thanks goes out to our faculty, staff, student community for their relentless efforts in organizing and ensuring the success of the event today. Your dedication and hard work have made today's gathering a resounding success. In conclusion, let us carry forward the valuable lessons and discussions from this event as we continue our journey towards becoming better citizens and contributing positively to the society. We'll wait for a minute since there's only a minute left, and we'll recite the Vande Mataram and we'll have the closing of the ceremony. There is 1 minute left, so at 5:30, or do we say?
I will just fill up the gap.
Yeah, please, sir.
There was one question. Sir mentioned about you have to keep on working without expectation. And the first question was raised by some student that how can you work without any expectation? There has to be some motive or some target, some goal if you have to success in life. But sir tried to explain, and even Dr. Sharad Kunte's story has supported it, that okay, these bungalows and vehicles and other things you will earn in life, but people should remember you for the dedication and working for the society without expecting anything, and that is what Sandeep Karnik sir was mentioning about it. Thank you.
Thank you, Kulkarni sir, for helping us filling this gap. We'll be starting in another 30 seconds. It will start at 5:30 sharp. Please stand up. Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam Sufalam Malayaj Sheetalam Satya Shamalam Mataram Vande Mataram Fubrajosna Fulakitayamini Fullakusumita Sumadhar Shobhini Suhasini Sumadhur Bhashini Dam Vardam Mataram Vande Mataram Vande Mataram. Thank you everyone.